WWE just dropped a major storyline teaser for the Judgment Day that basically confirms what a lot of fans were getting a bit suspicious about. So let's dive into all these new reveals for the Judgment Day storyline on Monday Night Raw. The biggest note that the Judgment Day right off the bat is that the main 5th edition of Raw was the first episode involving Liv Morgan's absence. Liv Morgan was away to film the movie that she will be a part of. There's no confirmed amount of time that Liv Morgan will miss from this movie shoot, but the time period that's been floating around lately is just around the 4 to 5 week mark. It was also confirmed that Liv Morgan and Raquel would not be stripped of the titles during Liv's absence, but Liv's absence presents a twisted storyline opportunity, and it involves Finn Balor making all those twisted moves. Finn Balor has his crosshairs set on winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41, and he really likes his odds of winning the title in the match since it was a fatal 4-way and he had Dominik helping him in the match. What Finn Balor was not expecting was for Dominik Mysterio to find an opening in the match, capitalize on it, and end up pinning Finn to win the title for himself. That was not only Finn Balor's agenda for WrestleMania, and that moment only deepened Finn's jealousy and hatred towards Dominik Mysterio. And then on the Raw after WrestleMania, we saw Finn carry his anger demeanor into the Judgment Day's locker room. But Liv reminded Finn that they all agreed that no matter what, if it was Finn or Dominik who won at WrestleMania, they were all going to be happy no matter what, because at least the title's with the Judgment Day. And ever since that exact moment of Liv putting Finn in check, Finn Balor has now taken his approach of treating Dominik Mysterio with a fake smile and makes it seem like he's supporting Dominik. But it's quite easy to tell that Finn Balor is absolutely faking that happiness for Dominik Mysterio. The May 5th edition of Raw saw Finn continuing this fake cheerleading act for Dominik Mysterio by Finn wearing Dominik's Latino Heat shirt. Finn has never really worn anyone else's merchandise lately except for his own and the Judgment Day related items, but he broke out the Dominik Mysterio shirt and wore it for the entire night of Raw, trying to sell the idea that he's got Dominik's back and is highly supportive of him. But you just get the sense that Finn is faking all these actions towards Dominik right now. There was a backstage segment that saw AJ Styles approach Dominik Mysterio about coming after the Intercontinental title, and Dominik asked Finn Balor if he can take care of AJ Styles for him, since they both have a long history with each other. Finn answered in a very hostile fashion at first, questioning if his role now was just to clean up Dominik's messes. But Finn Balor cracks a smile and says he was only messing with Dominik and will take care of AJ Styles for him. And that's the way Finn Balor has been behaving in recent weeks. He says what's really on his mind, then lets it marinate for a few seconds, but then takes it back and says he was just joking. He's doing that pretty much every week now, and you can say that it definitely is a psychological method he's using to torture Dominik Mysterio. Finn is giving Dominik both the friendly response and the hostile response at the same time. And at least from Dominik Mysterio's point of view, it's really messing with his mind because he's not aware about which one of those two answers is the genuine response from Finn. So that's already a big step there that Finn is working on. He's really trying to break Dominik Mysterio down with those mind games of mixing good and bad responses together. The other massive moment came during the back half of Raw. Right in the background before the main event, Finn Balor can be seen speaking very animatedly to Roxanne Perez, of all people. Definitely out of left field because Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez storylines right now are not really merging, yet they were shown talking to each other. So why is that the case? Well, the conversation between Finn and Roxanne is pretty exciting because there's immediately several potential routes for this conversation to go in. Finn Balor is clearly in the middle of his own solo scheme here, and he has to work quickly because his window of opportunity to make some moves here is pretty short. The Judgment Day does not have any technical leader, but Finn and Liv have always been the 1A and 1B members of the group. And now, with Liv Morgan out of the picture for at least a few weeks here, Finn Balor has the opportunity and freedom to set things up and do whatever he wants without Liv breathing down his neck. And that includes this conversation with Roxanne Perez. The first idea that fans think of could be happening is that Finn Balor is plotting against his own Judgment Day members and wants Roxanne Perez to make a move at the women's tag team titles immediately. Roxanne Perez is now a member of the main roster, and Roxanne did not come alone. Julia appears to be Roxanne's new right hand and tag team partner, So it's very possible that Finn Balor is sneaking behind Liv and Raquel's backs, trying to motivate Roxanne and Julia to go after the women's tag team titles. So could it be a part of Finn's twisted plan is to hope that Raquel would have to defend the tag team titles all by herself against Roxanne and Julia? Which is a match that Finn Balor would absolutely be quietly rooting for Roxanne and Julia to win. Finn has been looking to get back at Liv Morgan for the longest time, and this would be some pretty sick and twisted revenge for him. Because imagine, Liv goes away to film this movie for a few weeks. She leaves as one half of the women's tag team champions, thinks all is well, but she returns to find herself no longer one half of the tag team champions, and finds out that Roxanne and Julia defeated Raquel in a handicap match for the titles. That would absolutely be a twisted plan of revenge there by Finn Balor. He does not have a title at the moment, so he wants to create madness and chaos within the Judgment Day, so they all have no gold, just like him too. Finn quietly setting up Roxanne and Julia to win the tag team titles could also cause tension between Raquel and Liv, and Finn would be absolutely sitting back and loving how everything is falling apart. The other route is for Finn Balor to try and recruit Roxanne Perez into the Judgment Day as a new member to replace Liv Morgan, and try to cause some tension there within the group by making that addition without everyone's full approval. Not only adding Roxanne as a member of the Judgment Day, but fans feel like Finn could definitely use Roxanne to cause some tension between Liv and Dominik's relationship as well. Remember back in 2024, Dominik was trying to stay loyal while Rhea Ripley was away, but it was Finn and the rest of the group that pretty much pushed Dominik Mysterio into Liv Morgan's lap, and that eventually led towards Dominik leaving Rhea for Liv Morgan. So is it possible that we see a remix version of that narrative play out again? Will Finn try to push Roxanne closer to Dominik as a form of temptation, and try to ruin the good relationship that Finn and Dominik have going? Finn may be all smiles to the Judgment Day members' faces, but behind their back, it looks like Finn Balor is up to a massive plan here just to make everything implode from within. He wants Liv and Raquel to lose their tag team titles. He wants to ruin Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio's relationship, and he wants to screw Dominik out of the Intercontinental title as well. And it's pretty ironic that Dominik was talking about having all these big threats right now to his title. Dominik named Penta and AJ Styles as big threats. But the threat that Dominik is not seeing right now is this sneaky, manipulative Finn Balor that's standing just over his shoulder. The biggest threat to all of Dominik right now is Finn Balor, because Dominik has his guard down towards Finn. He'll never see it coming. Even though we, the audience, can perfectly see all these sneaky things that Finn Balor is already up to, Dominik can't see it. So keep a close eye on Finn Balor, because this is nowhere close to being done. There's surely more steps to his evil scheme here. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.